What's up? And welcome to progression log 6 of my antimatter chemistry playthrough. This is an important number because I believe Mechanical Mastery only had around 6 videos worth. And we're nowhere near to being done with this pack. So that's fun. Like I said from the very beginning, this was going to be a much longer pack with a lot more gameplay. Mechanical Mastery honestly was a very short pack in the grand terms of mod packs, I think. So, yeah, here, I'll go ahead and show the time played. 5.8 days, or if you prefer, we can go to here. 139 hours. 5 days, 19 hours, 14 minutes, 42 seconds. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of time. I've been put a lot of time in. Obviously, I've been forgetting to show that in the last couple of progression logs. So now you guys have an idea of how much time I've been putting in. Last couple weeks I haven't really been playing anything other than Minecraft. I've been enjoying this too much. So we have a lot to get through, so I guess we'll go ahead and go through it. First off is, well, Creative Flight, actually. The glitch-infused armor was not too bad at all. It was like 20 minutes of grinding the DML keys. It wasn't too bad at all, so very easy. And then you also can, excuse me, stable footing. You know, like how normally you get like a block break speed reduction when floating or not on the ground. With stable footing, that is not the case. You break all blocks at 100% of the speed all the time. It's fantastic. I don't know if that counts for underwater, but it does count while flying, so that's good enough for me. So that's been fantastic for mining and stuff. Let me tell you, the things I've done to the poor Deep Dark, man. Okay. I've got the viaduct network here, which I set up, so I can go from anywhere to anywhere. So we've got lots of stuff to get through, obviously. So we'll go ahead and start with the reactors. I love the viaducts. It's, definitely slower, I think, than just flying there in a straight line, but it's so much cooler, It's cool. Anyway, this is the first reactor. It's pretty efficient. Runs off just TBU oxide stuff. So 8,400 RF per tick, but a pellet lasts, I don't know, 8 minutes or something like that. It lasts a while, so it's pretty efficient and it's nice. This bad boy, holy crap, this guy was expensive. I had to, there was 8 hours of mining to get the resource. It needed 1,500 diamonds for this. This is expensive, very expensive. I still have the blueprint somewhere, so hit me up on Discord if you're in a Discord server I'm in, I guess, if you want the blueprint. But 54,208 RF per tick. It's a heat passive system off LEU 235 oxide. And each pellet lasts about 90 seconds or something. So it's definitely a gas guzzler, I think. The other thing is this is redstone controlled. I've been using XNet to do it. I couldn't get my comparators to pull signals from the fission controllers. That's how Google said I should have done it, and it didn't work. So I was like, fuck it. XNet can do it. So XNet can do it. So I did it with XNet. It's actually it gives you much more fine control over exactly how much it is. If it's greater than 32 million RF is, uh-oh. I turned it off. I broke it. Hold on. 32, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. We're good. Okay, it should work now. Yep, turned off. You can just, the sensor system and then the output on the sensor allows you to do this. Not too bad at all. You set this one to enable on color and you set this one to output on color. So when this is true, outputs on color, it turns on everything on red, and then it turns this on. So there you go. My battery system over here is just 4 chained resonant energy cells. So there is a transfer limit of 25,000 RF per tick, which is obviously nowhere near how much I can produce. But right now it's fine. I'm only consuming about 13,500 or so. So it's not horrible. But it does have to change eventually. I have to do elite plating, but that requires a huge nuclear craft chemical processing line that I was in the process of starting last night. Anyway, the other thing is we've got autocrafting. Oh man, I love the viaducts. I think the viaducts, so they're part of thermodynamics, which isn't in modern packs anymore, or rather, I should say it is, but it's like flux nets and then fluiducts, I think. Like, viaducts are gone, and it's so sad because viaducts are so cool. I love them. They're so much fun. Anyway, here's auto crafting, just regular. I'm gonna have to move these and move bar. Obviously, this is nowhere near enough. If you guys saw Mechanical Mastery, you know how many of these things I had. I had too many. I have smelters and pulverizers slash manufactories. These things here, it's actually all 7. There's 7 of each, and they all are sort of for the same patterns. How it works is there's a interface here with patterns on this chest, and then XNet will pull items from these chests. There's actually 6 chests. It goes in a straight line down. I had to dig underneath the base for that. It will pull items from the chest and round robin them to all the different machines, and then pull the machines and put them in the return. And it works the same way for the manufactories, but there's fewer, because I don't think I'm going to need, here, I can come up here and show you. Let me tell you, Creative Flight has been very nice. We can do on demand, and we can scroll down here, and we have 6 furnace chests, and we have 4 manufactory chests. And these are all the patterns. And if I need more patterns, I can go underneath and add more chests and more patterns and more connectors, and it wouldn't be too bad if I really needed to. I'd rather not, but I could. So that's nice. These things are actually really freaking fast too, so it's very nice. These ones aren't so fast, but that's because they're unupgraded, but they're also like pretty power efficient in the grand scheme of things, so that's okay. These things aren't really getting used for much either, because sand's already on passive, and that's like another big thing. I think, oh, you know what? I was redoing the stoneworks too, actually. You know what? We'll go ahead and talk about that next. Like I said, there's been a lot of work done, and I don't know if I have like the time. Like unless you guys want this video to be like 40 minutes. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show everything. Like I said, I haven't been playing any Helldivers because I've got a PC upgrade coming soon. So I've been playing Minecraft. What I changed was not anywhere over here, but actually over here and over here. I finally added quadruple compressed cobblestone to the dissolving thing, like I really wanted to. It also increased the number of chemical dissolvers. There used to be 4, now there's 12. I made it so we pull stuff out of here. It's, this is pretty much the same. I just added more stuff, and I also added a smelting so I can make stone here. So I don't have to use these igneous extruders for it anymore. Yeah. Let's see, is this going down? I think this is going down. I can just throw some water sources at most though, but anyway. Yeah, so I swapped these off stone and swapped them to just regular other, andesite or whatever. I'm well aware you can make those things using alchemistry, but I didn't want to have to route, silicon dioxide through here, and then extras go there, and I didn't really feel like doing it, so, this works. Yeah, okay, so this is nice. I think this will solve my gold problems, because I was having to manually craft gold, because I do use gold. There's a passive draw on it through the polymer clay, but there was no passive source in it other than regular stone. I believe regular stone. Yeah, like this was the only source of it, and stone wasn't coming in that fast. I had one unupgraded igneous extruder producing stone, so it was pretty slow. Fortunately, that is no longer the case. So stone's a lot faster now, so we should actually see... Yeah, we got a lot of that stuff now. We can go ahead and take a look at gold. Gold's alright. I did craft a bunch earlier last night, like a whole inventory's worth, so I don't know if the passive system is doing that, or if it's the, just the fact that I bulk crafted a bunch of that stuff. Anyway, other than that, like, nothing's really changed over here. This stuff, I did actually go get a bunch of magma blocks, and I eventually intend to break these down as well, because they actually have some nice elements in them. Let's see, it's the lead that I'd like from here, mostly. Everything else I can get other places. The manganese is a nice source as well, but I don't really need manganese for manganese ingots anymore, because I have manganese from rhodochrosite over here. This is manganese, so... yeah, so like this is only really useful for passive lead. But passive lead would be nice. Man, like when I did those viaducts, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I fucked up the buffers pretty badly, and we can actually come over and take a look. You don't need 840 of these. You need, so how the viaduct network works is you have regular, you have long range, and you have long range linking. And long range can only have one connection on each end. You can't have like a joint or a T-junction or anything like that. So if you want to like, do something like this where you have like a slow one come in to join a fast one, you have to use one linking. But you don't need 800 linking. Right? Between these two rooms, we use one. So I accidentally left the buffer uncovered, and let me tell you, these things like aren't like super expensive. But if you leave them not buffered, you will eat up so much stuff. I accidentally like threw away like 2,000 copper ingots and like 2,000 lead ingots, just producing all these various viaducts and stuff. So that definitely chunked away my resource stockpile when I was doing that. So we can go ahead and throw those back in there. Fortunately, I don't think I probably won't need too much more, but I'll probably need more of the regular ones. But of the long range linking, I might legitimately just take those off passive. I don't know. That'll be a problem for later. It's funny is long range viaducts the one I use a lot of, probably the most, and they're the ones that aren't on passive because they're just a crafting recipe. Alright, this area's done. What else is new? I think I've talked about this already. Yeah, I'm almost certain I talked about crate opening. I've been doing a little bit more of decorative work. I'm running a marl actually. Last night I went to go get some more. I think there's a bunch of ceramics still smelting. It might be done. But yeah. Alright, so that's no different. Hey. What do you mean no destinations? There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, right over here. MISC setups. I set this up because for stable footing you need a level 40 enchantment table because it's an apotheosis enchantment. And apotheosis makes enchantment tables go over level 30. And how you do that is, well, hell shelves, first off. Then you can enchant them with Hell Infusion, which gives them a little bit more. So and these bookshelves are anywhere from 2 enchantment power to like 2.8. I also just threw the extra Steam Dynamos here because there's a lot of MBT data on them, and I don't really feel like filling up my drive for things that I'm never going to use. An abysmal waste of a growth crystal, I'm well aware, but this does count for filling up bottles. This just round robins potion stuff to all these things because you need hell shelves require potions of regeneration, so I just made a bunch. And this room is for other things that I don't want to passive, can't automate, or too lazy to. So this will just be like a random brew for stuff. I'll probably put maybe portals on this side over here. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. But yeah, so let's see, that's done. I've talked about. Let's see, what else have I talked about? I guess we can go ahead and do just a quick flyover of the base and see if I've missed anything. I've just continuing adding more additions and stuff to the deep storage area over here, slowly increasing them. I've got liquid XP from open blocks because I've dumped a bunch of levels into liquid form, and I still have a bajillion levels. It really helped. I've been doing a lot of mining, as you can tell, and this thing has a copper rod in it, which means you have a chance to get bonus experience. And holy crap, does that add up! It adds up fast. I have done mean things to the Deep Dark. So, yeah. Some stuff over here. I think I've added a few blocks over here. Made some minor upgrades. I have stone on passive as well in the stoneworks. That's nice now. So I don't need to go, set up another passive system for that somewhere else. Yeah. I did a bunch of mine some more nether quartz. Let's see. I can go ahead and see my resource stockpile is actually pretty good right now. Except for copper. I always struggle with copper and lead. I don't know why. I think it's because I don't know what's consuming it. I set up a bunch of gears earlier. And I set up like autocrafting for the various conversion kits, and that can eat up a lot of signalum, and that's probably where it's going. Not exactly sure. Got crushed diamond over here now because I passived hard carbon. I guess we can go and take a look at the alloy room. I love this. Man, I really do enjoy the viaduct network. I know it's probably not the most efficient method of travel, but by God, it's the coolest. I really like it too. I kind of like it better than the teleporters from the last playthrough because you don't need to have a big centralized tower. Because like this network doesn't need like it's not like a one-to-one. Like before, it was one teleporter to one teleporter, but this is anywhere to anywhere, which is very nice. So over here, I've added hard carbon. This will be used for the batteries and some other things. Uh, we have various oxides. This is uranium, that's thorium, and then that's manganese diboroxide, whatever it is. That's not the diboroxide, it's this one over here. Diboride alloy. Um, yeah, nothing special over here. No big changes over here. So I guess I don't have as much to show you as I thought I did. I guess it was mostly that I've made some like significant changes to the base. You know, we finally moved off lava power, which is very nice. I'm very happy about that because lava power was a big crutch, and if I kept having to upgrade it, and it was really resource intensive and kind of like I didn't really want to continue to passive lava, like pumping it from the nether. Just there's something about those industrial foregoing pumps that just loves to eat up ticks, and I don't know why. So it's good that we're not doing that anymore. I started fabricating blaze rods. I still think I have a lot of blaze matter. I'm just not putting it in as fast as I can because I mean, we don't really need it for anything else, but you know, we might. It's technically used for end cakes, so you know, I don't know. It's fine. I keep it slow just because I don't want to run them all the time. I already have just an absolute boatload of blaze rods now, so. For some stuff, I'll do storage on site for here. For things like I'll probably set up ender pearls as well, so I'll have on main network storage rather than. And I don't know. I probably won't set that up specifically in the deep storage unit. Because this is like an area specific storage, and also one thing I've noticed is I thought I overbuilt that deep storage, and I am not convinced that I overbuilt that deep storage anymore. Like we're gonna have to use one black hole unit per element that I'm gonna want to make singularities of, and we're like kind of running out of slots. Like not right now. Like we have this one, we have a little bit of this one, we have all of this one and all of this one. But that's going to go away faster than we think it is, personally. Fortunately, we still have this one for like raw resources, so maybe I will move like blaze rods and ender pearls over here or something. I don't know. I was thinking about leaving them over there because they're made over there. I haven't really decided yet for sure though. I've kept these things, like I've kept like the various matters here. So maybe I'll move some of the mob drops over here. We'll have to see. The problem is some of them I think I'm going to want to buffer up, so some of them will probably be in drawers. Like the end crystals. Like these. I don't need like, 47 bajillion of these. I need like 2 stacks, or like 4 stacks or something. Because, look, it's used for ender crystal gems, which I don't know. This, which I'll never make. And, this, which I'll might make sometimes. I might make 1. So you don't really only need these things for like to revive the Ender Dragon. So honestly, I'm not even sure if I really need to automate these things. I might just like make a couple stacks by hand or something. Anyway, yeah, I've done some decorative work over here actually. I'm sure you guys noticed that. Again, this thing is getting way too tall, so I'm gonna have to build a new passive chemical room. Where, I don't know. But one thing is I've actually added another hallway that comes around. One thing I want to note is this hallway is on the same grid as this hallway. So, you see these glowstone dots? If we go across, they're in the same place as these glowstone dots. I wanted to make sure they were on the same grid. So instead of counting, light, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, light, I made sure to keep them in line. This will just help with, if I need to, like over here, can see here, I don't really want to run the viaduct all the way down over here because it's just extra length for extra length. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the viaduct over this little bullshit archway I made. I like it. I'll leave it. I won't spend too much more time on it though. This will go over here. Over here, I need to place, like I said, you need to do this whole thing where you have to sulfuric acid, which then you need, sulfur trioxide, which needs sulfur dioxide, which needs molten sulfur. We have sulfur. So we come over here. So we have a huge chemical processing chain that we have to do. The other thing is we also have a lot of alugentum as well, which we can process. And one of these things turns into 2 aluminum ingots and 1 silver ingot. We don't really use the aluminum ingots for anything. So, I don't know how. I mean, I guess we could use them for like similar like this trash stuff like cable anchors, but we have like tin and iron for that because we're so loaded on that stuff. So, I mean, we have it. I'll still process it because the silver will be nice. It'd be nice to have like a passive source of silver. We've also got terminals on this end because this is like a dead end of the, this is like the end of the pathway. I did this because as this goes out, we're going to have like a big, like here, I'll pull the map up. I don't know if you guys, I hope you guys should be able to see that mouse. So, as this will go up, we'll have, buildings, for rooms like right here and stuff. But we'll have this big gap. And you start this, this base is starting to get very long. And I want to make it a little bit more compact. I, would like not to have to go 4,000 blocks for, at one point. So I'd like to, try and keep things compact where I can. So these rooms aren't going to extend. I can extend this one out a little bit if I really want to. I don't know if I need to, but I can if I need to. One thing is, all of these reactors are chunk aligned. You need to keep them in the same chunk just for... I don't know if nuclear craft will prevent you from turning them on if they're across the chunk boundary, but it's a good idea to make sure multi-blocks are not across the chunk boundary. In case of like loading issues or whatever, it can cause funkiness TM to happen. So yeah, these are all. So this was built differently. I laid out the chunks and then built the room around the chunks. So the reactor will be different. And one thing I want to know in terms of like end game power, I'm not really feeling fusion. I know it's like I'm not really feeling the fusion reactors. Because these things will eat a lot of hydrogen, and the only way I can see to get hydrogen in like significant amounts is either to liquefy a huge amount of this stuff, and these things are pretty slow, and it's not that much. So you need a lot of those things, and you'd also need a lot of hydrogen coming in from somewhere. So I don't really know because I don't really want to do 47,000 electrolyzers. Because that's like the best way of getting hydrogen from what I can see. So I'm not really interested in doing that. But in terms of like endgame power, what you can do is there's molten salt reactors, and these things are, holy crap, let me tell you, turbo expensive. Elite platings for the controls, you need steel. So the actual this part isn't too bad. But you need a lot of other external multi-blocks. You need thermal exchangers, here, so how it works is it's a lot like the regular fission reactors, but you pass in these NAC alloys, these various diamond mixtures, and they follow the same rules as the regular nuclear craft coolers. So you pass them these things, you get the hot alloy out, and then you put it through these massive heat exchanger multi-blocks. And these massive heat exchanger multi-blocks then produce, so they produce the cool ones, and then you get steam from that, so it cools it down, and you get high pressure steam, so you can get preheated water, turns to high pressure steam, and you get less cooling out of it, but it takes a lot less heat, so it's twice as efficient, right? So you use that high pressure steam, you run it through a turbine, you get exhaust steam, and then you can run that through another heat exchanger again, then you get low pressure steam. You can run that through the turbine, get low quality steam. Then you can run that through the condensation tube, you get condensate water, and then you take the condensate water and you can run it through another heat exchanger, and this gives you preheated water, which then you can turn into steam again. You don't have to do closed loop. You can just void the exhaust steam or whatever at any one point, at any stage, and just pump in new water. but it's like the best efficiency is to do this massive, like, huge closed loop. You need like 3 or 4 different massive thermal exchangers. You'll need like a couple turbines. Very expensive, but also very complex, but also very cool. So we'll probably do this. But turbines, this is going to be gigantic. Like each like thermal exchanger, condenser, reactor, turbine is legitimately going to be its own chunk at least. I don't know the maximum sizes of these things. I know the molten salt reactors can be larger, like longer than a chunk. I built one on an earlier save. Maybe I'll show that at another point in time. But yeah. So that's like the end game stuff. So that's not for many days of playtime, I think. So we'll just do like regular fission reactors for a while, I think. And then as soon as I'm gonna start looking into molten salt reactors, because they're like that's like how real nuclear reactors work. I think. I don't know. I'm not a nuclear engineer, but they definitely don't work like this, where you just kind of like put fuel in and then you don't do anything and they just kind of pump power out. They're more like a fancy way of boiling water, which is how all power systems work, if we're gonna be honest. But yeah, so that's, I think, all I've really got for today, actually. It's a bit long because, again, I've been rambling a lot, as I normally do. What's new, right? I moved the kilns in here because this is where the power was, the lava power was, but it's gone. As you can see, I've been running through where the old front was. Oh, I do want to note, where is Autocrafting? Over here. This is where the old base was, by the way. We finally reached it. I don't know if you guys remember at the very first episode, or when I started like running off all the way over to like the the core where it was. I'm like, oh, that's pretty far away. We'll build it over there. And here we are, back at the old base. I had to take out the auto smeltery. I've left as much stuff behind as I can because I think it's kind of funny, if I'm being honest, just to see this stuff here. But I'm gonna move these portals. But it's nice to have them closer because before I had to go run off, but now I can just take a viaduct. So these will get moved probably closer to the control room, probably in like a gap, like over here or over there. We'll have to see. One thing is, another actually I think about the mob farm is it's fine the way it is, but apotheosis spawners can I don't know, it's ridiculous. I watched some guy, his apotheosis spawner produced like 1,000 string after like 10 seconds of operation or less. They're ridiculous. You have to be very careful, otherwise they will eat all your TPS for breakfast. So this mob farm will probably see another rebuild at one point, where it'll use apotheosis spawners and level emitters, where if it like mob drop below a certain thing, it'll turn one on for like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So they're not running all the time, which would be nice. And then we'll get like lots of resources from it. We've got actually a lot of loot crates now. I'm gonna kind of want to open some of these things soon. Anything else that's useful over here that not really. Oh, glass bottles. Are these like capped out? No. It just happens to be 256. Weird. Oh, also for witches, I figured out a way to get witches. The glitch trials can sometimes spawn them. It's the Thunderdome modifier, I believe. DM. Here we go. We can trial attunement. Oh, I'll fix this. Here it is. It is, yeah, Thunderdome. So Thunderdome will add charged creepers. It will also make it rain, and it won't stop raining. So when that happens, which is a very common modifier, I'm gonna be honest, I just use the /weather_clear command. Because it's not supposed to rain in this dimension, but Thunderdome makes it rain, which is kind of annoying, but, what can you do, right? So that's one way of getting witches, so I can set up some, like, passive redstone and glowstone that way, which will be nice. Alright, I've rambled on long enough and talked about enough garbage that I think that's it for today. We're nearly at 30 minutes. Yeah, alright. Okay, so, yeah, I will see you guys hopefully next week. Next week is finals week, and the week after that is also kind of finals week. So it's gonna be kind of a turbo grind the next 14 days. So I'll probably still pull up another video on Saturday. I don't know how much stuff will actually be done by then, but we'll be making progress day by day, hour by hour. We're not, like I said from the very beginning. I am in no rush to complete this pack. I'm just happy to be playing. So we'll take this at our own pace. We'll just we'll have fun, and we'll enjoy the journey. It's not necessarily about the destination. I think it'll be cool, obviously, to get the creative items, but I'm more interested in having fun on the way there. Otherwise, you'll never get. If you're not having fun while you're playing the game, what's the point, right? All right, that's it for me. I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.